Brothers and sisters, Suleiman Rahim here, Messenger Covenant, Breaker of Seven Seals, Judge. This is Future News. One second here, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, abomination, desolation. Again, this will be a short presentation, brothers and sisters. I have a lot to talk about, but this will be a short one. Hopefully less than 45 minutes. At any rate, brothers and sisters, remember the abomination, desolation. That's a clear sign. It's a clear sign. And that is a clear sign of the apocalypse. It's also a clear sign of the nature of this reality that's fake. That's why they don't speak to it. No one's speaking to the abomination, desolation. No, it's like shouting. It's like the sun at noon. How can you miss it? I mean, it's, how can you miss it? That's exactly what it is. People are crying and everything else, but they can't say it because to say it, admit to what it is, we're taking and what's the word I want to use? Destroy the foundation. It uproot this fake tree. Because that's abomination, desolation. What does that mean? Think about it. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Talk about a few things. I'm probably overloading you, brothers and sisters, but hey, hope you can keep up. I told you it's get closer and closer and closer. And you got a lot more coming, brothers and sisters. A lot more coming, believe me. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about this New Jerusalem again. Now, I neglected to say something yesterday. Well, not neglect, but I think I need to make it more clear what this is. See, Ezekiel's will is the key. Ezekiel's will is not mother plane. It's the angel key, right? But the New Jerusalem, right, is the new, right? Because angel key represents the reality as it exists now. New Jerusalem represents how the reality would look right after the apocalypse. So let me just go right to it, brothers and sisters. Now I mentioned this, so I went and did it, because it's better just to say it rather than talk about it. You got two types of motion, right? So if all your energy, you say you got 1,000 units of energy. If you all use your thinking, then you're just spinning. Right? Or, right, say you got 1,000 units, or say using 100 units for thinking, right? And 90 units, right? Wait a minute, say you got 1,000, right? So using for 100 and 900 for moving, then you move it around like this, and you're spinning, but you move it around, right? Because you got two types of motion. You got spinning motion and lateral motion, what some people call velocity. But this is not really velocity, it's acceleration. That's another story together, bro. So just stick with velocity for now, right? Because acceleration is really not velocity, but some people confuse the two, right? So as they move, see, these are just moving around. They're spinning, they're thinking, right? Actually, I should have made, they're spinning, showing they're thinking, spinning, and they're moving around. So they shouldn't be spinning as fast as the other in the middle. That's my error. Should be spinning slower because they using the energy for other motion too. So you got two types of motion. right? Like your brain doesn't move, right? It just stays put. All your other body moves. So you got two types of motion: spinning motion, and I say that's analogous to thinking. And you got lateral motion, doing things, getting things done, right? So the more you're thinking, the less you're moving around, because you're using all your energy to think. But if you use all the energy to move around, then you ain't doing any thinking. If you got 1,000 units of energy and using all of it moving around, then you don't have nothing for thinking. You understand? You understand the difference? So the more you want, and those two things I need to clear up, make sure you understand that. You see? Because right now they got people moving around a lot, sports and all that kind of stuff. Thinking. Hardly anything at all. See? And you got the devil's thinking, right? They can't think as deep as us, but if they think it, they still beat us. Because, like I was trying to explain to a family member, right? He told my chess. I said, life is chess. Are you being checkmated at every move? The game of chess is get you ready for the game of life. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Okay. Now see, this is the angel key here. In that scenario, Master Muhammad's at the center. See? So all the nations there. That's Ezekiel's will right there. So I said, the other one's Ezekiel's will. Well, I kind of jumped the gun on that one. That's Ezekiel's will right there. Because that's the angel key right there. But that's in the form of more realistic form. This is a more technical, right? Academic form on the right. This is more actual because people thinking and moving, right? And so you see the devils, they're moving a lot. They ain't doing much thinking, right? They do a lot of moving. They think shallow. Like I told you, they think shallowly, but that's no story. I don't get too deep in this, brothers and sisters, right? This is the ideal case, right? So you have them, and then under them is the next Oriental, right? It also shows their complexity. See, say complexity, they move faster, they have more energy to move because they have less structure. So they move faster than everybody else, but less structure. In the center, right, the elect, they move much slower because they have a lot of structure, right? They think deeper once they get their mind back. See, I know, I'm not going to go there. But then you go here. Here's the ark. That's the new. See? And you see the Oriental's not there. Right? See? And so that's the ark there. Okay? So now, I want to get to something else here, brothers and sisters. See, this one, right? You have Suma in the center. Right? That's from her is the God, right? But he's the one who set up this structure. And then he gives the Master Muhammad. He builds the ark. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's see his brothers and sisters, and this is kind of complicated. You see those lines? I'm connecting everything together. They're not a good job. I hastily did it, if you can notice them. Okay. Now this one, I don't have this is the same as your ark, only I have the devil's there too. See, because they're going to be our servants. And I talked about that the other day, how they didn't realize they was creating a race of servants, a race of slaves, while they was creating a race of gods. They had no idea that's what they're doing because they have no idea of consequence. Because they stole everything they have, so what they produce is stolen. Doesn't belong to them, right? And they're in debt and everything else, so everything they produce, primarily their children, their seed, don't belong to them. They belong to the nations they stole the energy from to produce that seed. And so there's no consequence to what you do to that seed because it belongs to you. It don't belong to them anymore. And that's too deep for you, brothers and sisters. I tell you, going, taking it further and further. That's why once they are served, they're served forever. And we can do whatever we want to do with them because they're ours. They belong to us. They stole everything from us and everybody else. And all they got to show for it, produce, is their seed. So that whatever they produce belongs to us. It belongs to them. So you see those devils here, they don't belong to themselves. That's so they can be captive, taking captive all the nations. They'll be so-called new angels, if you want to put it that way, because they're going to be the servants perpetually, forever. I'll talk about that more another time. I hope you understand that, right? But what I'm showing these lines connection is that we'll all be able to, when we get home, once we upload the angel, we'll all be able to tune in. And see, even if demons made, they wouldn't be able to tune in. So they'd be recognized anyway. They think it's slip in. Even if they was able to somehow slip in, once the light turned on, they'd be exposed because everybody's tuning in with everybody and they can't. They'd be obvious that the light's not on with them. So they'd be exposed. So nobody's going to sneak in. They think they can. Because once the light turned on, you build turn. But when that turns on, what does that mean, brothers and sisters? When that turns on, what does that mean? And I'm going to give a touch of that, brothers and sisters. I know it's going to be too heavy for you, right? But I'm going to give you a little touch of it. When it says Allah is He who comprehends all vision, but vision comprehends Him not. Now, do you understand that? See? Because you see right there, what you're looking at right there, that's the originator. That's the originator in His form right now. That's the originator in His form right now. Because in the beginning, when the originator was so-called beginning, wasn't really beginning, right? Beginning of this cycle. The last cycle, if you put it that way, right? We was all like part of Him, like cells of Him, but He was just one body. Right? But now all these cells are like independent. So we've always been with the originator. We've always been part of the originator. You look at the originator. When you look at your brother and sister, you looking at the originator. That's why Elijah Muhammad said, when you look at a black man, a black woman, you're looking at God. This is trying to tell you, you're looking at the originator. The originator is still here. He's always going to be. That's what I say. In Melchizedek, he says he's always here forever. But now he just changed form and become the Christ. Joshua. And then he takes it to the next level, right? The expansion phase, right? That's Melchizedek. The contraction phase, that's Joshua or Jesus. Same one, just change name because it's a different mission. Right? So all tuned in there. So that's one. That's the mind. That's the originator's mind. All our brains are connected. The originator's mind. So we have access to everybody's thoughts. Everybody has access to our thoughts. What kind of brain would that be? How powerful would you be? Because Allah comprehends all vision. That means that's the whole thing. But if vision, so we can't comprehend all of it. We're going to comprehend our aspect of it, but all together. So there's something that can understand this whole thing together. There's something that can understand this whole thing together when each one of us can only see our perspective. What does that mean? It's more the center. The brain cell, the center that's driving this whole thing. See? Ain't no spirit of spook. The one at the center that's driving this whole thing. Right? So, but because the originator, right? The originator had a body, but only the brain was conscious. Only the brain was conscious, not the rest of the body. The brain's conscious. You cut your finger does not feel a damn thing. It's your brain feels that your finger was cut. Understand that. So once we get home and every lights turn on, that one in the center can comprehend what everyone else is doing. Doing everybody. He's aware of all of it. But each one's only aware of their part. Now it says Allah who comprehends all vision, but vision comprehends Him not. So each individual can't. You see? Now when it comes to devils, we can tune on them, but it's not a one-way street. They cannot tune back on us. So they'll be in total submission because how they can step out of line. We know what they think before they think. Right? Understand that. See? If you understand that, now you get better understand what Allah is. And he don't know the hell you're talking about the originator. That's the originator. You are the originator. That's the form the originator takes in right now. The Quran talks about form after form after form, creation after creation. Okay, let's look at this. Look at this. Now, when Abraham said, "My Lord, show me how I give life to the dead." Abraham know how you somebody's dead, how you give life to it. See? Now, this is the Quran talking. This is what they know about DNA and chromosomes, all that stuff, right? So he gives them a parable because he can't teach them the DNA and all that stuff. I mean, it wasn't time for that kind of stuff anyway. And remember, that was be taught to the devils before we got it, because he said he taught angels all their names. I mean, he taught Adam all the angels' names. So he taught that information to them. The devils had it. Right? We didn't have it at that time. Well, I was in submission. So while we was in submission to Adam, we didn't have that knowledge. We came out of submission to Adam. That's part of the reason why Pharaoh couldn't get away with it crap when everybody knows, they knows anything about biology. No, he's a devil. His father's a devil, he's the one. God makes you in the womb. Okay, yeah. God made me in the womb. My father did. My mama did. Right? So if God made them, why they had to come together? Why just say, hey, send a memo? Hey, God, we built this baby. Come on, let me move on. I'm gonna keep this simple. Maybe another time I go into much more detail, right? But he says, dost thou not believe? He said, come on, Abraham. And he said, yes, but my heart may be at ease. So I said, because you tell me I'm going to live forever. Right? It talks about, it says in the Quran, it says, in the hereafter he'll be among the righteous. That means, in the Quran, it's talking about Abraham in the hereafter. So Abraham is dead, right? But he's talking about what he's going to be in the hereafter. So that means, did you catch that in that one? That means he's going to be around hereafter. He'd be one of the, they said, well, hereafter he'd be one of the pure ones. Right? Okay, he said to the four, take 4 birds. Now, what's 4 birds? See, but see, I'm going to give you a basic biology lesson here. You got chromosomes. I believe you got 2 pairs of chromosomes. I think it's 24 in each strand, but don't take me on that because I have to go back. But you got 2 sets of chromosomes, right? You get a pair from your mother, and you get a pair from your father. Right? And what happens is when you get those pair, see, okay, you get, how would I say it? Maybe I should give a demo, a graphic, right? Then you got 2 pair, right? Say 1 red. Oh boy, how am I do this? Okay, you get 2 pair, right? 1 alphabets and 1 numbers, right? One alphabet, so you got 24 letters and 24 numbers. That's 2 pair. You got a strand. And then your mother got 2 pair too. Right? But say yours is red, hers is green. So 2 different colors, right? But you still got your alphabet, math. I mean, one's numbers and one's letters. And so when you bring this, so that's the sperm has the 2 sets, that pair, and the egg has that pair. But when it comes together, when you get together, then what the DNA says, okay, right? I'm red, right? I say red and green. Red for the man and green for the woman, blue for the woman. Red for the man and blue for the woman, right? Okay. So it says, okay, I got this I gene, right? And she got I gene, right? I'm getting from her. But my I gene is on this side, on the father's, is stronger than the mother's. So, because it goes down and start picking which one I'm going to use. I said, okay, I'm going to use the mother's because it's stronger than this one. Right? So once it does that process, then you have 2 left because it took the best of both. So it just had a pair. And that's you. You understand? Let me go over that again. Your mother has a pair. Your father as a pair. When they come together, the gene says, okay, I'm going to take the best of what the mother has and use that gene. Right? If that gene is greater than the father's, right? You know, they compare them. And the best one, that's the one it takes. And that ends up being you. So like you might have your mother's eyes and your father's hair or whatever, right? See? But you also got a situation where you got X and Y genes. XY chromosomes, that is, I mean. And now, man has X and Y. Y stands for woman and X stands for man, male, right? But a man has both X and Y. The female only has Y. So if they clone, they can only clone another female from her because she only has Y. She don't have the other. That's why I talk about a man's one degree above woman, because the man can bring both two. The man, he has both X and Y. That's an old story. I just put that out there. But I want you to understand the basic here. The basic is that you have, what happens is that's your 4 birds. You got two pair, and she got 2 sets. You got 2 sets, and she got 2 sets. When they come together, right, then it takes and compare and says, okay, what it don't take, because if it takes both, then you got a person that's born with this weird, it's disformed. See? But it takes, okay, it looks at it compares the genes and says, okay, what's the best to compare the two, and whatever the best one is, that's the one it takes. And so you're the best with your mother and father, right? Together, produce. So that's what it says. Take for birds 10 inclines. That means you got to study, understand, and learn how they work. And that's what I'm doing right now, right? Then place on every mounted part of them. That means what? You got genes, but your sister got some of your genes, your mother got some of your genes, your father got some of your genes, your brother got some of your genes, right? Your uncle, all got some of your genes. Right? They got little bits of it. Right? That's what I put on every mountain. Right? But then you got to be able to figure out how to put them back together to bring your combination back in. Because remember, when you put yours together, you got a certain combination. You got numbers and letters, you got a certain combination. Because your gene is your real name. Your gene combination is your real name. That's what I told Adam all their names. Your gene combination is your real name. That's your name. Right? The real, in mathematics, that's your real name, not the name that your mother and father gave you. Your genetic name, your genetic code is your actual real name. It identifies you, right, from anyone else. Hope you understand that. So what happens here? Okay. And then that's why we had in the past arranged marriages, because it's certain that idea lost, like horoscopes. That's based on true science, but they lost the idea of it. So now they got a shadow of it, because astrology, that's a real science, but it's a shadow of the true science. And I talked about that before in the past. I did talk about the true science that's based off of. That was lost. Like all these religions, they based off something, but the knowledge that was before, but it was lost. So when they was doing arranged marriages, that's what they was doing. They said, okay, they study your genes. They couldn't do it back. This is why we're going back 50,000 years when we had that knowledge. We couldn't do it because we could just be guessing. But back then, you could look to the right now. The devils, they can go and look at your genes and chromosomes. They can map it out. They actually map it out and say, okay, this is what you got mathematically. That's why they can identify you, take a DNA and identify exactly who you are. So they have the knowledge. This one has the knowledge to put it together. And we do. So when we have range knowledge, you're going to say, okay, this is genetic code, and she got this, and I know if you put these together, they're going to take this piece because this is better than that piece, and I know this is how it's going to come back together. If I put this person and marry it with this person, right, that may not produce, they may not produce the one I want, but it may be one closer to it, and then the next range it, and maybe two or three situations before I actually produce this exact genetic code I want. And that's you. That's what it's talking about. It says, and call them, they come, they fly, and they come back together. It's you. So what does that mean? What does that mean? You see? Okay. Remember I said we tune in? See, right now, we tune in now. We just don't know it. See? Because we don't have the ability to distinguish between our thoughts and the thoughts that's coming in. That's why the more discipline you got, it makes less of those different things we're doing. You wouldn't have to do it in hereafter, but those things actually start to separate the water from the dirt. Because right now it's all mud. They say, oh, this is the water and this is the mud. Because right now your thoughts is a combination of everybody's thoughts all around you. And you don't realize it. And sometimes we're doing things, that's what the Bible says, I do that which I would not do. Because you act on other people's thoughts. And when you start making solutions, you start getting better because now you start getting close to yourself and stop being controlled by others. Because now you get all emotional, like I said, you don't know why. You get all these crazy thoughts, you don't know why. Because you're picking up other people's. So, you know, that you don't wake up one morning and just have eyes. You have eyes. You just got to open them up. Right now, it's like you're in a crowded room, everybody's talking. You can't hear yourself talk. You're in a crowd where everybody's talking, say, would y'all shut up so I can think? Right? Because you're getting there on it. And that's the same thing right now. And so that's why Master Muhammad did Salats 5, 6, 7, 9 to keep his heart so firm that he could distinguish between his thoughts and everybody's thoughts until he knows exactly who's thinking what. You're going to get there. We don't have enough energy to do that right now, but you will in this few more days. Let's get back to this. Let's see here. So if you right now, that means the thoughts, you're picking them up, you're just not conscious of it. You're still picking them up, but it's not conscious of it. And everybody else is picking up everybody's thoughts, all of us. Right? That means those thoughts are in our brains. You understand? That means everybody's got, it's all connected, all our brains, it's got all that, all our brains have information in it. All our brains have all the information in it, of all the thoughts of all of us. When we're picking it up, we just don't realize it. Some of us more strong than others, but we all have it, right? So once we tune in, right, all the information is there. All the information, right, and plus, right, remember, because it's still there. So if you die, everybody else is still there. If you die, remember, if everybody's picking up all this information and everybody's brain, if you die, it's still in the people's life, it's still there in their brains. It's still there in theirs. Right? And so somebody's born, they pick up all that's already there, plus what's going on. So it's always there. It's always there. So your thoughts are always in this, what you would call it, what they call the computer, the cloud. It's always in this cloud. Your thoughts are there. Memories, remember, because your thoughts are everybody picking up. So the memories of everything that you've done, everything is right there. You're just not conscious of it. But when you get here, you have to be conscious of it. Man, you can screen out, remember, it's like right now, you remember a lot of stuff, but you only concentrate on what you want to think about. You don't remember everything constantly. It's there in your brain. But it's okay, you pick out what you want to remember at any particular time. You can't remember it all there at one time, right? Because, I mean, you're going to you focus, okay, I want to remember what I did yesterday. I want to remember, you understand what I'm saying? So it's all there. It's all there. So what happens is that once you bring that back together, right? See? Then you can download, right, your particular experience. So that's how you know it's you. Because just come back, that would do anything. Okay, you produce another being just like you, so what? What does that mean? Nothing. You have to have the memory so you be conscious of who you were that's made the connection. It's like if you went to sleep every night and you didn't remember, you lost your total memory, you woke up every morning, you wouldn't know who you are. You'd be like somebody else. You have no connection to anything. But if your memories will give you a connection that who you are. Without memories, you have no connection to who you are, or sense of being. You die because, I mean, there was this thing where they had this guy, this devil, and he every night he go in the head. It's a real thing to happen. Every night he would lose his memory. And so what he did is he would, before he went to sleep, he'd write down everything he could think of. You might Google this because it's a real case. And so the next morning, right, when he read it, he can have some idea of who he is, what he did the day before. That's the only connection he had. He had to write stuff down. How could he write down? How much could he write down? See? That's how you live forever. Because what happens is for us, that's why I say, oh, grave, where's thy victory? That's how you say it. Oh, grave, where's thy victory? Death, where's thy... Oh, death, oh, grave, where's thy victory? Oh, death, where's thy sting? No sting of death, there's no victory in the grave. Because you won't come back out of the grave. You come back out of the womb. Your brain, that's why I take those verbs, your brain get that combination, and then now you got to, right, now you're part of this brain, so now you download your memories. So then you identify who you are. Because we're going to constantly change, so you can't contain this form. You're going to keep upgrading yourself. Because just like your body keeps renewing its cells every 7 years. You ain't the same build you were 7 years ago. You got to keep renewing because it's changing. So that's the same thing. As our body moves further in the future, we got to keep on upgrading to the new change and everything else. So we live maybe 1,000 years, 100, whatever. Now people, when we was alive, was 6 feet tall, right? Now everybody's 10 feet tall. You still want to be around 10 feet and you sitting here little runt? So you upgrade. That's why I said, oh, great, where's that victory? Oh, death, where's that sting? There's no sting of it. Because the sting of death is you die and you don't, nothing. And grave is like you go there and that's the end of it. But no, that's not the end of it. Because grave is not your victory, and grave is not your victory anymore. Right? Because now you come back through the womb. And no sting of death, because when you go to sleep, do you get angry when you go to sleep? Oh man, I'm scared to go to sleep, man, because if I go to sleep, I ain't gonna never remember who I am. No, there's no sting of death, because you know what you're doing is you're hating yourself. And now when you come back into existence, right, then you're gonna be better than you was before. So you do it intentionally. Okay, it's time to meet upgrade. Hope I'm not laying out too much. I spoke on this a little bit before in the past, but I'm trying to go a little deeper into it now. That's what that is. That's the originator. You are the originator, and you're immortal. You live forever if you're part of this nation. If you're a demon, you won't fit in because you won't be able to tune in anyway. So we recognize you right away. See? And devils are not part of this nation either. They're the servants. So we can tune on them. They won't be able to tune on us. And won't bring them back in, won't be going on with them. But we're immortal. That's what it means, brothers and sisters. Hope you understand. Okay, I'm going to move on a little bit, and then so I'm going to keep this short, right? That's what I'm talking about right here. Abraham said, my Lord, shall I give life to death? As now he said, take 4 birds, that's the 4 sets of chromosomes I'm telling you about, 10 a cloud. You got to learn them, understand how they work. Then place them out every part. All your relatives got a piece of you. So when you die, your genes, that's why the Quran says, you think with death, is there nothing left of you? I'm paraphrasing, that's not what the Quran said, but it says something to that, right? So you think, death's not, so we can bring you back together no matter how many pieces you, I should have, well, I'm not going to look for it, right? And maybe I should next time I do this presentation, I'll go. But it says that, it was something to the extent that somebody was thinking, they said, oh, death. He says, no, no matter how many, we can bring you back together. Allows you to give you life, takes and gives it back. See? And Elijah Muhammad told you that when you go to the grave, you didn't come back out. That's true. Nobody's coming back out of the grave. Who wants to come back out of there anyway? See? But he didn't understand this. Okay, bouncers, I talked about, I'm going to keep it short, so I'm going to let it go there. Except to say, it's at the boiling point. Oh, let me say this. It's at the boiling point over there in the Middle East. War is imminent. I mean, like some people say we're at war. Yeah, we're at war now, but this is the spark that really blows everything up. And see, what you do witnesses is you witness history in reverse. It's like they roll up the heavens. You see the like a scroll. You see in history in reverse. See, because what's happening is that they took the land from the Arabs. So the Arabs take the land back. But the Arabs take the land from us, and we're gonna take it back from them. If you understand history, it's rolled the Great Reset. Everything's rolling back. They gonna finally get all back, right? But that ain't theirs. So what was taken from them, they're gonna take back, but then it ain't theirs either. So we're gonna take back from them. See, we ain't gotta take false Israel, or we ain't gotta take the land back from them. That's well, because they took it from them. So you see, like you said, history in reverse. See, so we're not weeping for them. You know, we see it's abomination, desolation, but we're not weeping for them because they betrayed us. And now they get a taste of what they did to us. They cry, oh, they didn't shed tears for us. You ever heard any come over and speak about us or tell America, man, we ain't do nothing because, man, y'all treating our brothers over there real bad. You hear anybody say that? And anyway, I challenge any of you. Tell me when you ever seen one of them that come up here with their white skin. They used to be black. That's why they didn't tell you they won't tell you what Muhammad looks like. And on that note, let me say, now Prophet Muhammad, back then they had scientists, they had architects, right? They had artists, they had literary people, right? And this was the man of the hour. The man that took Arabia, cleaned it up, and then took it back. He took control of Arabia. The man of the world at the time, Prophet Muhammad, man of the hour. And not one person wrote the scripture what the man looked like. Not one person. Not one artist drew a picture of what he looked like. Not one, what you call those guys that do molding and stuff, right? Not one of them. Because it's damn they did. But they don't want you to know. Because they don't want you to know black was a black man. Because this was their example of dealing with abomination, dealing with energy deprivation, to get as white as they could. See, because all the scientists, remember I told you, all the scientists didn't agree. They definitely agree with Dr. Shabazz. So some had all different ideas how to do it. Like the ones that came over here, they thought they could escape. They did escape for 5,500 years. They escaped for the devils for 5,500 years, but that last 5 years was a biatch, wasn't it? You see? There's other people that went to Mars. Then they say they find out water on Mars now, it's underground. I wonder why the water's underground. I believe there's people on Mars. Everybody had an idea how they didn't want to deal with this. And Dr. Shabazz said, no, we're going to deal with it head on. Because we're going to come out of this on top. See? So everybody had their different ideas. See? So the scientists, the Arab scientists, if you want to call them that, right? Because they was black at the time. Hey, man, that's it. That's what they chose to deal with it. Right? Bleach their skin. Be something more like Mass from Muhammad, right? He's original, but he got white skin, right? But the thing is, now tell me, because I haven't seen it, I've never seen it at one time, that they associate, now I've had situations where they're associated with me, but not invite me in the house and that kind of stuff. Right? Because a neighbor, somebody I make them feel bad. Like a guy the other day, right? I saw him the other day, I was going someplace, and he came in with his lady, and I said, Assalamu alaikum, like he mumbling. What you mumbling for? So I ain't saying nothing. So when I got out, left out, right? He was getting his car, and I said, hey, I pulled up on him. Hey, Assalamu alaikum. Oh, brother, what's on, brother? Alhamdulillah. Because they don't have nothing to do with you. So, I was getting ready to go against my own advice. I was getting ready to use the F word, boy. Farrakhan go do it to himself. He telling you to kiss their ass and everything. They don't have nothing to do with you. Nothing. They be out partying and going to what's it, like Starbucks and all these places, and you see them with the devils. You'll never see them with you. With devils, Christian devil with Bill cross by the neck, and they don't want to be with. They're never with you, ever. And you don't. Oh, I'm a Sunni. I'm with the Arabs. I'm a Prophet Muhammad and all this bullshit. They don't have nothing to do with you. Nothing. And every time I see them, I say, Assalamu alaikum. They look around. Sometimes, on their breath, I hit them. Assalamu alaikum. I mean, I was at Sam's Club or one of those places, right? And this Arab woman came out, right? She had a big old thing. She couldn't lift it, right? So I say, sister, can I help you lift that? Because they are sisters, right? Let me help you with that. Oh, thank you, brother. I said, Assalamu alaikum. And she didn't know what to say. She didn't know what to say. First they said, where you from? See? Because they don't want to deal with you over here. Part of them know what they did to us. They know what they did. Some of them know. But they don't associate with you over here. And they don't marry you either. They marry devils and everybody else. Remember that guy in New York that was a congressman or whatever? The guy was watching porn movies and all that kind of stuff and everything. I forgot what his name was, right? Remember, his wife was an Arab. He was a Jew. Could I take Jews or Christian friends or Jews and Christian friends? They have nothing to do with you. You can be walking around, right, with a Quran tattooed on your face, man, with prayer beads coming out your behind. You understand? And you can speak fluent Arabic, and they still have nothing to do with you. But I'm going to deal with that, brothers and sisters. I've got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of work to do, brothers and sisters, and I don't need any help. Right? Well, you better read the Quran again. Does the gods need help? Right? Well, in fact, they're talking about Allah personally says, hey, you don't need any helpers. I'm going to get this job done. And the problem I have is people that claim they want to help, they get in the way. So if you want to help, help. But if you can't help, get the hell out of the way. Because I ain't asking anybody to help me. I get more resistance from the people that claim to help me than I get from the people I'm in war with. You understand, brothers and sisters? So you see the roll, we see everything's rolling back. It's because everything is out. Like YouTube, they're going to block. How the hell? We own you. You belong to us. Everything belongs to us. What you think the consequence of that is? You telling the scientists or God or whatever, you can't do something? What think the consequence of that is? You better start thinking consequence, bro. But don't overdo it. Right? See? But consequence is eternal, and it's like a GPS. It doesn't miss its mark. Right? Okay, I think I'll leave it there, brothers and sisters. Right? Yeah, I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. Everything's rolling back. It's your time now. And you are immortal if you're part of our nation. But you got to step up and claim your mortality, because you can kill yourself and destroy your whole your seed. Remember? Because you got to, right? You mess around and destroy your seed, right? Because your name is your DNA. I hope you understand that. You see, because your family, it's all a part of you. It's all over the place. So we just have to bring you back together. And, well, let me say this last thing, right? Who brings you back together? See? You know who brings you back together? Can you guess? You don't do it. Oh, your mother and father does it. Absolutely. Remember, it's arranged marriages. So who signs off on those marriages? Who signs off on them? I'm gonna let it go, brothers and sisters. I don't think maybe I left you hanging on that one. They talking about, God creates you in the womb. They want to see what that means. He's the one who signs off on it. That means. But your mother and father put you together. But he signs off on it. Okay, yeah, I sign off on that. Like, you go get a marriage license, who can get married, whatever. I sign off, okay, you can bring that combination into existence. Assalamu alaikum. Brothers and sisters, there's so much you got to learn. You're the gods. And this creation is something else. Right? You're the masters of it. 6 years. I'm not going to talk about it myself. Keep it short, bounces. I'm going to let it go here. Ooh, I think I did long. I think I probably did longer. Ooh. I keep saying keep it short, bounces. And I keep saying that, but I don't think I did it again. I think I went over again today. Still didn't say half as much as I wanted to say. I thought I shut all this stuff down. I guess I didn't. Oh, good thing let me say this quickly. The war in the Middle East right now, what's at stake? See, I talked about this, and I go into it any deeper. I said, false Israel has an agenda. They know why they're there. They know what they're planning for us, and they know what's planning for them after they get rid of us. So you understand that, understand the agenda. And so they want America to take out Iran because America want to take Iran for them. If they take out Iran, they got control of the Middle East. But if Iran wins, Iran has control of the Middle East. Either way, America's in trouble. See? Because Iran, they got control, they're going to cut off the sources of reality. If false Israel get, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to give, you're going to get no cheap oil from them. They're going to bring these Christians to their knees. Oh, y'all did Holocaust and all stuff to us. Now we got you. Got you where we want you. You understand? I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters.